Death is here. This is the end of the show. So, Psych Perspectives, GeoFox here. Monkeypox. First U.S. case confirmed in Massachusetts, USA. Mind you, it's been spreading in other countries and other continents part of the world. I was just reading I think it's between 10 to 15 cases confirmed in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And then we in the USA have a known first confirmed case in Massachusetts. And monkeypox has a 10% fatality rate. And in a matter of 2.5 years in the USA alone, over 1 million plus people have died from coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2, COVID-19. And I'm just sitting here like, if we're having such a struggle getting people to wear, mask, despite the fact that COVID-19 rates have skyrocketed again. They're surging. And there's different variants. And the virus is just mutating and multiplying and coming out in different variants. And the variants are more contagious, easier to spread. And keep in mind, a lot of people who've had COVID-19 are suffering from long haul COVID-19. And it's impacting all of their body, all of their organs, main organs, mental, physical, whole body is being attacked from long haul COVID, and it impacts everybody differently. It impacts everybody individually. Everybody has different bodies. So some are reacting worse than others. Some are dying. Like I said, 1 million plus people in the USA alone. Now think about the millions of people who have died across the globe, across the world, in other countries and other continents. So I'm gonna be honest. It's hard to be positive for me living in this society, in this world, and going through what we've been going through. When I was a child, I'd look back at when I was a child, I had hope, right? But then again, we weren't living in this shit. And it's just hard for me to have faith in humanity when every day we have mass shootings, domestic terrorist attacks on USA soil, Buffalo, New York, white supremacy, domestic terrorism, innocent people minding their business, going grocery shopping, shot and killed, innocent people minding their business at the grocery store, injured, shot and killed. And that's just one of the many mass shootings that is taking place. It seems like every single day there's multiple shootings going on. And at the same time, rent is sky high across the country. People are being forced into homelessness. They're homeless. Rent, $1,000+ a month. And in many cases, $1,000+, just go on and say it. Rent is basically $1,500 on average at this point across the country. At the average rate, it's about $1,500 to $2,000 a month. I'll even go further. $1,500 to $2,500 a month at this day and age is kind of the average rent. I mean, because even in my area, and this is how you know, in my opinion, this is when I recognized that things were out of control, because I live in one of the poorest counties in the state of Michigan, in one of the poorest cities in the state of Michigan. I'm from that. I'm from here, born and raised. It didn't used to always be like this, obviously. You know, when we go back 30 plus years ago, well, really, as we got into the 70s, that's when things started going down the drain, if we're really going to be honest with this country and this economy, when it comes to the economy. But since day one, it was built on injustice and you know, and brutality and war and death and slavery and slaughter. And, you know, from day one, it was a shit show as far as I'm concerned. But economically, this country has been taking a downward spiral for the past 50 plus years, at least 52 years. Because, you know, it's crazy when you look at what's going on now, and then you look back at what happened in the 70s when we had the whole oil embargo and gas was out of control then, and inflation was out of control, and cost of living got like skyrocketed, inflation had went up. We're basically going through that again. You know, inflation, it's basically touching 9% at this point. I'm at the laundromat washing clothes, and the laundromat is connected to a gas station, connected to a McDonald's. It's kind of convenient when you think about it. But gas is $4.59 a gallon. So people are being priced out of their houses. You've got STI, sexually transmitted infections, STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. The rates are jumping and climbing and skyrocketing as well because people have not been getting tested. People don't have health care insurance to get tested, you know, and then also people aren't using protection. And then we have a country that's trying to ban condoms, birth control, IUD, contraceptives, abortions, different healthcare services if you're transgendered, you know, for the children, for the adults, you know, I mean, all kinds of shit is going on. Racism is at all, you know, racism has always been at an all-time high, but it's just like, because of social, in my opinion, because of social media, it's just more so in your face, and because of technology and people having their cell phones and everyone can video and record at the drop of a hat instantly, it's just more it's more in your face. That's what it is. Because a lot of people, you know, it's now they can't act like it doesn't exist. It's right in your face, you know. And all of this is going on in the midst. We got monkeypox with a 10% fatality rate. And it's hard for me to say I have hope. It's like I want to have hope, but looking at what's constantly happening, and then also losing 10 family members in a matter of 11 months is a lot. And that's been my life. And then watching people that you care about die, and watching people that you care about who are sick or who have pre-existing health conditions, who have, you know, they're at risk, and you're trying to make sure that they're safe, that they're careful, that they get their vaccines, that they're wearing their masks, that they're safe, that they get the things that they need. And then me, I also, you know what I mean? I have an autoimmune disease. I have Graves' disease, IBS, Crohn's. Got a lot going on here as well. So I'm at risk, but really everyone is at risk, but people are so oblivious and don't think it's gonna impact them or affect them. And as we are seeing, people are being impacted in various different ways, because everybody's an individual, and everybody does come from different, you know, walks of lives and what have you. But people, more and more people are being impacted by what's going on in this country and what's going on across the globe and in this world in different countries and continents. You know, and then a lot of us, we're still trying to make ends meet. We're still trying to provide for family. We're still trying to take care of children. We're still trying to take care of family and keep people happy. We still got to live. We can't stop and just focus on what's going on. We really, unfortunately, we don't have the time for that. We're in capitalism. Everybody got to work. What don't make sense is, as much as everybody work, we should be able to afford rent, mortgages, gas, cars, food, healthcare. But we don't, because we're purposely paid poverty wages in this country. What, you know, and what's crazy is how things become normalized, and then we become more desensitized as things become normalized. Because 2 years ago in May of 2020, a lot happened. But 2 years ago, it was heroes work here, essential workers. 2 years later, currently, right now, there ain't no hazard pay. Here it is, you got surges going up, cases going up, people already dead, 1 million plus. Then you got different variants coming. Everyone's not vaccinated, you know. And again, I'm pro-choice in everything. I really am. So I get it. If that's your choice, you don't want to get vaccinated, cool. You don't want to wear a mask, cool. That's your body, that's your choice, that's your right, that's your freedom, okay. So, all this going on, everybody risking their life on a day-to-day basis. Because, I mean, my thing is, every day, you're risking your life. Because if it ain't COVID, it could be a potential mass shooting and you could get shot and killed. You can get carjacked, you can get human trafficked, sex trafficked, labor trafficked. You can get hit by a car. People in my area act like they don't know how to drive. People running red lights. People ain't even stopping at the stop sign. Car accident after car accident. Nobody has license plates. It's the Wild Wild West out here. You feel me? So it's so many. Look, it's a million ways to die in this country, in this world, right? You just don't know when it's going to be your time or somebody that you care about's time. And we got monkeypox. 10% fatality rate. So I'm going to end this video with saying, I recommend you do get vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, I hope you consider it. If you are vaccinated, get boosted. And if you can get the second booster, get the second booster. Because this shit ain't a joke. I got my second booster come Friday. It'll be 3 weeks ago. So I have 4 shots. 4 COVID shots. All Moderna. Okay? Vaccinated. That's 2 shots. First booster was in October of 2021. Second booster was the end of April. The end of April of 2022. So basically 6 months apart. And I'm still masked up. I'm still masked up. Also, I always have hand sanitizer everywhere. Put these in your cars. Put these, you know, in your little bags. If you got your purse, your fanny pack, your briefcase, your coat pocket, you can get smaller ones, the little small ones. Keep hand sanitizer, alcohol. You could do rubbing alcohol. bleach, soap, water, obviously. I keep them things everywhere. Also, especially if I get it, everybody ain't gonna wear their mask, and I also get that, you know, if you outside and you're not really around a bunch of people, cool, I get it. You don't really have to wear your mask. But if you're inside, I strongly recommend, if you are indoors, wear a mask. Wear a mask. I strongly recommend that. Because that shit, especially in these jobs, these buildings, these office buildings, most of these schools, etc., most of these buildings are not properly ventilated. And people, you don't know what people's statuses are. Like, you don't know if they got COVID or not. And then also keep in mind, a lot of people who are vaccinated, right? I'm vaccinated and double boosted. 4 shots, 2 boosters, 2 initial shots. Keep in mind, a lot of us that are vaccinated and boosted and what have you have COVID. Won't know we have it. We're going to be probably asymptomatic because of the vaccine. And then you got other people, they got a different, they got a different makeup with their genetics, with their body makeup, with their, you know what I mean? So some people will get it without being vaccinated and be asymptomatic as well. And then other people will get it and be sick, and visibly sick. And many have died. So that's something to think about. That's what I'm saying, And I sit back and I'm like, damn, if people tripping about wearing a mask and getting a vaccine and monkeypox is here, it's going to be a lot of dead people. It's already been a lot of dead people. And unfortunately, we have been desensitized, and they've normalized mass death, mass shootings, school shootings, poverty, racism, sexism, misogyny, classism, homophobia, biphobia, transphobia, xenophobia, Islamophobia. They've normalized all kinds of division, hate, pain, suffering, destruction, death. So a lot of people see this shit and they just like, shit, this is how it's always been. Oh well, this is just how it is. Oh well, shit, I still gotta do what I gotta do. So we all just kind of shuffling along, waiting to be killed or waiting to die. Anyways, that's my perspective. That's my opinion. I know this is like very bleak, this video, but it's like, damn, that's really what I be thinking. Like, we got monkeypox with a 10% fatality rate, and then we got COVID, and we still got other West Nile virus, Zika, Ebola. Like I said, the STD, STI rates are just, I mean, they flying off like fireworks out here. And like I said, we got all these laws coming out to take away people's rights. They already not paying people. We already barely got any damn rights. But yet, anyways, information about what monkeypox is and like the STI, STD rate skyrocketing and what inflation is looking like. All that information will be in the description box below. And I strongly, highly suggest you critically think, do your own research and look things up for yourself. But I hope y'all be safe. Sending y'all love.